Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm Eric. I almost said I'm Harry somehow.
Harry?
I'm Harry Perry.
You've been Larry. You've been Harry.
I've been Jerry. Terry. Gary.
You know how long it's been since I watched Harry and the Hendersons?
Probably too long from the way that you're talking about
5 years. COVID.
Ooh, that does sound like a good COVID. COVID? Four. Yeah.
COVID. I watched Harry and the Hendersons last on during COVID. It was I had it recorded on VHS from a VHS player that recorded the TV that I was watching it on.
Oh, that was a great time to be a kid.
Fucking pirate, man.
You felt like you were just living the dream with a collection of movies and TV shows that nobody else would ever have.
Then I learned how to do the 2 VCR trick where you rented the tape. You rented a movie.
Uh-huh.
You put it in.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Put the blank tape in the second one.
Gotcha.
And it recorded it. So, and you got the blank tapes that were like 3.5 to 4 hours, and you would do like 3 movies on one. So you'd have
that's crazy.
You'd have like Turtles 2.
I'm Perry, by the way.
Oh, that's Perry.
That's
You'd have
Eric.
like Turtles 2. You'd have like Ghoulies, and then you'd have like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, all on one tape.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And the stickers on the tapes, the blank tapes, even said 1, 2, and 3, and it was just perfect for it. It's like they knew that what we were doing.
Sure.
I was a pirate, man.
That's awesome.
The One Piece is real.
It's out there somewhere.
It is. I'm going to be king of the pirates one day.
I believe it.
You know how you could be king of the pirates?
I do, but I'm going to let you tell them.
If you go to patreon.com, My Bourbon Podcast, you can support the show. You can feel like a pirate.
But it's all above board.
You're not really like stealing anything. It's legal. You can feel like a legal pirate. And you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. You support the show. You can actually just go on there for free if you want. Or you can do the cool thing
and give us
$5. $5 get you all the bonus stuff.
Yeah.
We do pregame chats, pours from the floor, simply irresistible, pop chicken wow wow, and anything else bonus. You get it at the $5 tier, and then there are other stuff that you can do if you want to give more or whatever. So.
The uncut version of the podcast.
Oh, yeah, the uncut.
Yeah. Comes out before the regular edited version of the podcast.
You really need that fix.
For all as little as $5 a month.
Yes.
And that's weekly, too. The bonus content comes out.
You're getting so much stuff weekly.
Crazy.
I want to see who else is giving that much stuff weekly.
A lot of people.
Are they really? I don't really.
We run on a pretty standard model of bonus content.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
But I mean, it's a good value.
I was trying to hype it up.
No. Don't get me wrong. It's an incredible value. I'm just saying, like, it's success. Not everybody.
See, there you go. Not everybody.
Not everybody.
This is my bourbon podcast. Not everybody.
Not everybody does what we do.
Perfect.
We normally kick off episodes by doing a segment called Flying Blind, where we blind ourselves or the other person on a pour. Eric's got sand.
Acid.
Oh, no.
What if I did?
We'd have to talk, man.
That's true.
And Eric's got the blind pour this week.
I do. I got something that it was my birthday last week.
It was.
I didn't really post any. I'll talk about all this in stuff we've been drinking. But I'm going to give you a little pour of something that I tried that I actually had not opened before.
Oh.
And I found it surprisingly interesting.
Oh. All right. It's in the bottle?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will.
It's a genie.
Turn away. Oh.
It's in a bottle.
Have you rubbed it the right way?
Coming out at me, yo.
Was that a yes or a no? I can't tell. He still hasn't answered the question.
Sorry. I poured a little bit too much in yours, so I'm just half.
No. That's fine. That's fine.
I have a couple of times, yes. Okay. I want to know what you think of this. That's normally what we blind.
You've I'm just now realizing you've brought the Flying Blind both of the past 2 weeks.
But you brought the Sips and Snacks the time before that.
That is true.
And I honestly,
flipping the script,
I have not found a snack to live up to that.
To the carrot cake.
I still think of that thing.
Speaking of carrot cake,
you think it smells like
it kind of smells like carrot cake.
It does, especially the icing on it. It's almost like the icing with a little bit of the cake.
It's got it really does have like a cream cheese frosting note to it. That's really strange.
Yeah.
Huh. But there's something organic about it too. Is that a weird note to put on it?
There is a big difference. Oh, it tastes so good. There is a big difference between processed snacks and organic snacks. And it's not always a good thing either. Some organic snacks taste weird and some are good, but this is a good one. Isn't that just like a chill? Like it's just chill.
Yeah, it doesn't seem super old. It's not higher proof, I don't think. I would say it's roughly around 100. It's not reading weedy. I would say
Wheaties.
I would say it's maybe a rye bourbon.
Okay.
I really like the finish.
The finish is awesome.
I really, really like the finish. And you've never had this before.
I've had a version of it. I've not had this. I was okay.
That opens the door to any number of things.
I know. Normally
it's a single barrel.
Normally, we were all like, "What's our birthday pour going to be?"
Yeah,
and I was just like, I'm not even thinking about it. I was like, I'm not going to post. I just wanted to come home. We ordered pizza. Because Dash's birthday is the next day, and so that was when we were kind of grilling out and doing stuff. So we came home, we were like, what do we want to do? I was like, I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like doing nothing. I had to work that day. April was like, let's just order some pizza. And I was like, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Ordered Jets, big boy.
Oh, Detroit style pizza.
Oh,
so good. Love me some Detroit style.
So I came down here
pizza,
and I found this bottle, and that'll lead into what we've been drinking. But I found this bottle, and I was like, have I never opened this? And I was like, I haven't.
That's so weird.
So I was like, what better way to have like a birthday pour than to have something you haven't had before?
Yeah.
So, any guess?
I don't know what this could be, honestly.
The bag is over there.
You know what's funny is I almost said that it was a Buffalo Trace product.
Well,
it's a Hancock's Reserve, and I came so close to saying that it reminded me of a Blanton's.
Well, it basically is.
It basically is Blanton's.
This is a Liquor Barn single barrel. This was 2019.
Jeez.
I got this before COVID.
That's crazy.
Like, I remember it was like one of those summer releases, like the summer before COVID, I believe. And I don't know why it's 88.9 proof, which is crazy proof. It's got a red bag, like a Pappy bag over there. But yeah, I was like, I'm going to try this. Like, I'm going to start with something low proof and try it. And I've had a Hancock's Reserve. I don't remember much about it, but I was pleasantly surprised with this.
I'm not mad about it at all.
So yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
And the thing that's crazy about the finish is it's such low proof pour that normally you don't get that finish on that.
As somebody who has been enjoying Blanton's recently,
lucky dog.
I knew it was in that same
ball house.
Yeah. What else you been drinking?
Well, I had another bottle on my birthday that's really good that I can't really talk about, but Perry tried it on the pregame chats.
And it is really good.
So that was good. And then me and April had some old fashions on Dash's birthday because we stayed at home and grilled out. And I had an old fashioned with the Wilderness Trail maple.
Oh,
maple rye.
Okay. All right.
Oh, so good. So good. And then that's really about it. I've had to work most of the week. That's why we're recording now, because I had to even work on the day that we usually record. So, yeah, birthday pours and old fashions, basically.
Yeah.
What do you have?
So it's Sunday when we're recording.
Chick-fil-A is closed.
Excuse me. Chick-fil-A is closed, so I didn't get my lemonade today. That's not true.
You got Chick-fil-A lemonade on Sunday?
No, I'm saying I didn't.
Oh. You say that's not true.
I'm saying it's not true that I normally get Chick-fil-A lemonade.
Oh.
I'm not really a Chick-fil-A guy anyway.
I've never seen you drinking a Chick-fil-A lemonade, but I don't know why I was like... I don't know why I went on
why
with
it
that.
Confused you so much?
I was so confused.
That's all right.
All right. Anyway, Sunday.
So, Fridays are when we normally record.
Yeah.
So I took it a little bit lighter on Friday in preparation of recording
on
Sunday.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get into too much other than what I have found out to be the perfect jet juice.
You sent me a picture of that.
I sent you a picture of it.
I was at a volleyball game, and I was like, "Here's my after drink," and I was chewing
on some kind of gum.
All right, yeah, tell us.
So the issue that I have had up until recently is that I haven't been able to find my cocktail shaker, which is a bigger problem than it's not as big of a problem as I think I made it out to be, but I genuinely love when I'm making cocktails to actually go through the process of like filling up a shaker with ice and measuring it out and like shaking it until it's cold and straining it and everything.
Eyeballing it. You're just like,
yeah, right. Getting it foamy and everything. I just think that's a fun, even just to do it at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it makes you feel like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right.
Cocktails, baby.
And when I've been making these Galaxy's Edge cocktails, I haven't been able to use the shaker up until recently when I finally found my cocktail shaker. So I did the same thing with the Coruscant cooler too, which immediately elevated it as well by getting everything really nicely
because we were just tabletop mixing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoon.
And when I was making it at home too, I was doing the same thing. I was just kind of pouring it in and like kind of gently like shaking it in the glass or mixing it up or whatever.
Right.
But now I can like fully go through the process of like a bar, like what it would be like if I were at a bar ordering this cocktail and making it.
Perry's Padawan.
Ooh. Struck down in the prime of his training. Anyway, R.I.P. the Acolyte, by the way.
Yeah. R.I.P. Guess we'll never know who that little green dude is.
That was my favorite tweet.
It's the best.
Bro, we're never going to find out who this is.
That's the best thing that came from that.
Who this?
Who this?
Who this is?
I would like, hopefully we do see some Plagueis and stuff like that, but
I don't know.
Who knows?
For all of its faults, I enjoyed The Acolyte. I mean, it wasn't the best Star Wars show.
It wasn't bad.
But it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't that bad.
I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway.
It is what it is. That's true.
So I did this with the jet juice too. And
it looked better in the picture you saw.
Oh, it was so much better. And I have these little glasses. They're about as tall as Glencairns are, but I think they have to hold. Well, I don't know. They might hold about as much as Glen's.
Well, they hold Glenn's hold 3 ounces.
Yeah, I think it's probably about 3
Yeah.
ounces. Somehow,
Perfect.
I've gotten it perfect every single time. They've hit the top of the glass with exactly 3 ounces. Perfectly chilled. That chili liqueur too.
That's the game
is
changer.
so nice. Which, by the way, so as a recording,
did you buy that here or did you have to order it?
no, I bought it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was able to go to Total Wine.
I need to have some.
And I bought it. Oh, it's so good, man. So yesterday, as of recording, was Emma's birthday, my sister-in-law. We went to Las Palmas. That we went to for my birthday last year.
Yeah.
At the Manchester in semi-downtown Lexington.
The distillery district, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right next to Manchester Music Hall.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing that you and I did. I went off menu. And I was like, I don't know what they're feeling. I'm a bourbon drinker. I typically like spirit-forward cocktails. Whatever they're in the mood for.
Gamble, man.
I took the first sip of it. And I was like, there's chili liqueur in here.
Did they make a jet juice?
They made like close to like a jet juice old fashioned.
Really?
It was so good.
Nice.
They have like a house made, like kind of jalapeno liqueur or something like that. Absolutely spectacular.
I think I need to go back. I have not been since your birthday.
I mean, it's expensive.
It is.
Like that was the biggest issue. That was the thing that kept us from going. And, you know, this is a special occasion. We're, you know, not going regularly. Lucy was ordering mocktails. She ordered her favorite, like, tiki bar drink. Really one of her favorite drinks, period, is a painkiller.
Yeah.
And
there's about 50,000 types of alcohol in that thing.
She ordered a virgin painkiller.
How?
Well, here's the thing. The bar misunderstood her at first.
Gave her a real one?
They gave her a real one. She takes a sip and she goes, I think there's real rum in here. So I took a sip and I was like, I think there is too.
Oh, no. Womp womp.
So they sent it back. And then...
They didn't give it to you free? You didn't drink it?
No. They took it back.
And they siphoned the alcohol.
Wouldn't that have been something?
Oh, my God. You saw them draining it. And they're like, here, it's good to go.
They made her another one without coconut milk, which was nuts, first of all. Because that's like a prime ingredient in a painkiller.
Yeah.
But they also made it with the 0 proof rum. It's not good.
It doesn't sound good.
It was not very
You know what I hate about mocktails? Not that I think they're
There's
good.
not a great... It's just juice.
No, I hate that it's like the same price as a cocktail.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's dumb.
It should be at least half. At least half.
I'm all for mocktails. It's good for, you going out, you got to drive. I get the purpose. I'm not saying mocktails are bad. I'm saying people shouldn't price them the same as normal cocktails.
No.
That's the crazy part to me.
So then I got another off menu drink. I asked for the same thing.
You're like, all right, I'm going to give them one more chance.
No, the same thing that I got.
Oh, I thought
No. I didn't want to. No, I'm not messing with that. I wanted another one of whatever I got.
Okay.
They did not get me the same thing.
Is it a different bartender?
I guess so, which is fine.
You're like, I want the same thing I just got. And they're like, okay. And it's like, that's not the same thing.
But I asked for it. So the first time I got it with 4 Roses Small Batch Select, because that was like the first thing I could see in my line of sight. And I was like, that sounds really good. Instead, I asked for it with their Castle and Key Rye pick.
Oh.
Because I was like, maybe it'll give it a little bit more spice too, and it'll kind of just bolster the whole thing. They did not make it the same way, even though there was still some of the chili liqueur, jalapeno liqueur, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was more of like a tiki drink.
No.
So it was a little fruitier. It was still good. It was still really, really good.
What were you wearing?
This same shirt.
Okay. I didn't know if you looked a little tiki style.
I was wearing this shirt.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. Self-reported. I could have said anything else, too.
It's okay to wear the same thing 2 days in a row.
I just got this shirt yesterday.
It doesn't smell.
I showered and put deodorant on.
Okay.
I painted today.
Sometimes the shirt smells.
I had a beer, too, while I was painting. I had a Yingling Black and Tan. I'd never had it before. Fantastic beer.
And you didn't get any of it on you.
The paint?
Yeah. No, the beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you wore the same shirt 2 days in a row. It's fine.
Yeah. Thanks, though.
But when this comes out, it'll be like a couple days. It's fine. I just thought maybe you looked like you're... Look, I'm wearing a...
It was a crazy self-report I just
Hawaiian
did.
shirt now. Maybe they thought you were in a tiki mood.
No.
Maybe they thought you're a little fruity.
I was with my wife.
Who knows, man?
We ordered like a bunch of appetizers, and finally we're like, this is too expensive. We're not full.
You ditched.
Yeah, we booked it. I was like, well, do you know what's going on right now? It's the 25th anniversary at Bourbon and Toulouse.
Oh.
They're having a shrimp boil.
Didn't they move?
No, they've got multiple locations.
Oh.
Their second location is moving.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they were having a shrimp boil. And right next door, for anybody who doesn't know, Bourbon and Toulouse is it's a Cajun restaurant in Lexington. It's fantastic. It's not upscale by any means. I mean, it's very like Greasy Spoon.
Yeah, not to be confused with agave and rye.
Is there only one agave and rye?
There's two.
Are there two
There's
still?
one here.
Oh, right. Yeah. Doxing yourself. Well, they don't know which one it was.
True.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
No, they won't. There's no way they could.
I always do this to myself. Okay, anyway. I just like, because, it's Lexington. All these restaurants are always like bourbon and this. And we got the rye and this and all that.
Anyway, so I was like, I'm still hungry. I'd had like a fifth of a sandwich. And
we got all those appetizers when we were
chips.
there. And like me, you, April, and Lucy, like we were starving after that.
Yeah, and we still went to dinner afterwards too. And I mean, like that helped. But anyway, and I also was, 50 pounds heavier then.
Not the same shirt.
Oh, no, definitely not.
So,
and the next door to Bourbon and Toulouse is one of the best bars in all of Lexington. Chevy Chase Inn.
CCI.
Classic. CCI.
The most classic looking bar you'll ever see.
It is just the drunkest old white people in all of Lexington as well. And so we spilled over. I took my food. We spilled over into the bar. And I got my bar drink, Miller High Life and Turkey 101. And that was how I ended my night.
And you fought an old man.
Yeah.
Who hit on your wife. That's what happens when you go there.
Yeah,
with your
that's,
wife.
I mean, I can't.
And Emma was there. It's untelling. You probably fought 14 people.
More than likely.
All these old people. Oh, there's some young blondes in here. Let's go. That's what they do.
That is,
you know how many times, April, we go out? You know how it is. All these old people. Hey, honey, I own a horse farm.
I own a horse farm. Brother, that is not the W you think it is in Lexington.
That's what they say. I know. And we're back.
Well, it was there was no break at all for you watching on the main feed or listening in the main feed. But for Patreon, they got a little bit of bonus content on the uncut edition as we
some old friends showed up
for a brief second as we reminisced, and I think I got a little sad. But we did some bonus content for the uncut version over at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for that $5 and up tier while we set up our flight of these double oaked products.
Now, why are we doing this? What was...
I don't remember the initial, like...
I know double oaking right now is the thing.
It absolutely is.
And we've talked about it, but you were like, let's do this spot.
I think it's been kind of cooking for me around the time that we got the Pursuit United Double Oaked. And I there was something about like how different it is in comparison to some of the other standard double oaked products that are on the market that I wanted to see how it did in a blind compared to them. So we've got, something that is at basically the bottom of the food chain, not in a, like it's going to get swallowed up by everything else. But as far as like pricing goes, Jim Beam Double Oak, which is like $19. We've got Woodford Double Oaked.
What everybody probably thinks when...
Exactly. For $40 a bottle. 2XO American Oak, part of their... What is this particular one called? It's the Oak series. This one is, I think, roughly $50. And then, of course, the Pursuit United Double Oaked Bourbon. And they've got their Double Oaked Rye coming out soon.
I can't wait.
As well, which I'm very, very excited for. And I think this one is $55 or $60.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
I couldn't remember.
We were lucky enough to get bottles. They were handed to us in person at the meetup.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually disclosed this before, but we did get bottles, not a bottle.
Yeah.
We each were fortunate enough to get one.
I did dirty things to Kenny.
Meaning you just laid on his lap. Which, and by the way, I apologize. I haven't gotten that out yet for anybody. I am so tapped out by the time that I get the main episode edited that I don't always have time or energy to get an extra episode edited out.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
There's a lot of video and stuff to go through.
So it will be like, we're going to make the live show the main episode of something, maybe during baby break.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, which again is coming up soon. But for the people who were there, Eric and I are going to try to do some bookended audio for that, and you're just going to get the audio version.
Yeah.
Sooner rather than later. But we're also going to have like a full edited edition that will be out,
cool,
probably in October-ish.
Sounds good.
So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, though, we're going to get to this flight, and it is blind, by the way. We don't know what's in each of these glasses, aside from, knowing that...
We know the bottles.
We know the bottles, but we don't know where they are in the flight. So we got A, B, C, and D. April poured these up for us. Sometimes we pour them up for each other. But April
this time,
went ahead
she was nice enough to do it, so we don't have to try to do the weird thing.
So she's not mad at you right now.
She did that for me?
Begrudgingly.
She didn't look happy. No, I'm just playing. She's fine.
It's always a crapshoot whether or not you're in trouble.
I'm always in trouble.
All right. Glass A.
Glass A. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man. It's just classic double oaked bourbon.
Yeah, it is. It's just, it's exactly what double oak is. It's bourbon and then some extra oak on it.
Vanilla. Coffee.
Oaky. Yeah, it smells just like what you'd think. Ooh, that coffee is on the finish. Big time, man.
It's so creamy.
So creamy. Going back to double oak, just the whole concept of it. I used to think that it was like Woodford was like the only one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm so glad that Woodford Double Oaked is in this because I don't know, maybe everybody else is different, but I feel like Woodford Double Oaked was one of those step up your game bottles.
Yes.
It was a big enough deal to me when I first started buying bourbon to get Woodford because I think Woodford does a good job of looking classy.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was holy shit.
And
some Woodford.
Yeah. And it's funny because even though I think largely we've kind of like moved on from that status symbol
now
of
I'm
it.
like Woodford.
But
it's so bad that not Woodford's bad, but it's like I can't believe that I was like Woodford and I didn't even understand anything.
Well, yes, but like every time that I go back to Woodford Double Oaked, I am kind of reminded that there is something special about it.
Yeah.
Like there's still a special quality to it, like in terms of what kind of made me fall in love with a finishing process in general.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is Woodford.
This first one would not surprise me at all. I mean, it's kind of just like your standard double oaked bourbon.
I just remember when I first got a bottle of double oaked Woodford, I thought I was like, I went out tonight.
Peanut butter chocolate ice cream. I'm like
that
picking up on
ice cream. I get like almost like a coffee float type thing, like ice cream and coffee on that. So that's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
All right, glass B.
Man, it's been a while since we've done like a blind flight, isn't it?
It's been a long time.
I feel like we've done some flights, but we've not done like a blind flight. The classic of the classic content, the blind flight.
You almost have to every now and then to remind yourself that
what got you. Yeah, what got you here. Sometimes you got to get you back to the blind flights, man.
We need to do them more often in general, though. You know,
that smells really good. That smells like vanilla. That is vanilla frosting. I'm not talking about we were drinking earlier.
Yeah. Oh,
but this is like
classic
vanilla.
White cake vanilla frosting.
You pull the aluminum foil from after you pop that plastic top. Oh, it's right there, man. Right in your nose. Right there.
Oh.
Oh, and it tastes like it too.
I don't have a guess at which one this is. Oh my gosh, that finish.
Whatever that is, I've been missing out. I've overlooked this.
Yeah.
Because I would not.
I'm going back for a second sip.
Because you immediately think double oak, you're thinking dark notes, you're thinking dark chocolate, you're thinking coffee, you're thinking the cola. This is vanilla. This little Pillsbury Doughboy. Peel back the stuff. This is vanilla frosting.
The idea too for me with double oaking, and I mean the whole concept behind it is that, of course, you're taking bourbon out of its first barrel and dumping it into a new one so that it's going through the same aging process that it did initially a second time, so that it's essentially making it feel like a hyper-aged bourbon.
Right.
And I still find something, there's still something about it where I'm like, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not opposed to the novel feeling of, like, because we can't buy, a lot of double-digit aged bourbons still.
Yeah.
There's just not a whole lot of them on the market. And a double oaked bourbon, I find to be something that is genuinely kind of a fun novelty.
I agree. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm getting older. Maybe it's just we've been doing this for a while. Yeah, I am. I know.
You're 39 now.
Bag of bones. I know. But it's like, is this just me, or is it like, I don't feel like there's too many releases that I'm like, whoa, dude.
I don't know the last time. I'm starting to sound like Fred Minnick. I don't know the last time that a release came out where I was genuinely really excited about it.
Or if I was excited, I know I wasn't going to be able to get it. So I'm starting to appreciate like simple things like the double oak process. It's just like, let's see.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. The new Jim Beam Black, the 7 year.
Yeah.
Like that was one where I was like, this feels like a revelation, even though it's literally not that big of a change.
I'm just starting to think different. I'm not I have become less of a collector, less of a hunter, more of just either appreciating what I already have or appreciating the things that I've overlooked and just being, having more fun. Like just a double oak product. And I'm tired of like, I don't want to be that person where I'm like, I hate this or like that.
Yeah.
I want to be like, well, this isn't for me. Like maybe I should have done that sooner.
Yeah.
Other than Texas whiskey, like it sucks. I will not change my stance on that. But
we know you've made it abundantly clear.
But finishes and all that stuff. Like
well, you've come back to finishing.
Yeah,
too.
I'm happy. I'm having more fun just enjoying simple things like double oak products and stuff like that, as opposed to I got to go out and get the newest, LE and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, LEs have become, in and of themselves, not really as special as they used to be anyway, because it's like every release from a little distillery or NDP is now a limited edition.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't care as much as I used to.
I'm starting to be an old man.
You get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. I'm going to sell all this and just buy Woodford Double Oaked.
If you do that, I'm going to call somebody for an intervention. Just make sure you're okay.
Freaking sundowning.
Oh, no. Not this again.
No.
Come on, Grandpa. It's time for bed.
Grandpa, why are you selling all your bourbon?
We're still afraid. You're bleeding from your head. There's pus that's forming around the wound.
Do you remember all of it?
No.
You're just making it up again?
I'm making it up again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to go to Patreon.
And I listened to it again, and I still cracked up listening to it.
Oh, boy. All right.
Sorry.
Number C. Letter C.
I think this might be the lightest one out of the three. Three that we've had so far.
The three that we have so far. This does feel a little light. This wouldn't be. I don't think this is the one that I would go for. It's very just oak to me. It's just a light oak taste. I think.
I don't hate the finish though.
The finish is decent. I don't get nothing up front other than just that oak.
I don't really either. The finish goes towards cinnamon sugar.
Yeah.
It goes towards a little bit of like French vanilla bean ice cream. But it's
almost like this wanted to be what B, when you said that vanilla, like it's like, oh, we want to be what B is, but we just can't get there. We just can't make it. Yeah, sorry.
We want to be you, big bro.
Big bro. Well, that sounded bad.
That was way worse than you intended it to be. I'm not cutting that out, by the way.
We're getting in the hentai style right now.
I'm not cutting that out at all.
I know. I did that to myself.
All right, Glass D.
Ooh. This smells like the oldest that we've had.
What is this?
Oh.
What is this? This is different.
That smells... Is there a thing as dusty and fresh at the same time?
Yeah, kind of. It's almost like dried tobacco leaves.
Oh.
I am very perplexed by the nose on this one.
Interesting. Oh, it tastes like tobacco.
The mouthfeel is wild. It's so silky. It does taste like tobacco.
Would you have a cigar with this?
Yeah, but it would have to be shade grown. It would get lost with something that's heavier. So I mean, just like a lighter cigar,
like a Marlboro
for
Light.
sure. If that's what gets you there, sure.
I think I would have a Marlboro Light with this.
You would have a Marlboro Light.
It's kind of like zucchini.
You know what's funny is I was thinking green.
Yeah,
with it.
Zucchini. Had that zucchini bread a couple weeks ago.
Zucchini red is exactly the note. How weird.
I'm honestly, I only think that I know two of these.
I think I only know one.
I think I can get 50-50 on this if I'm guessing. If we're going by points by guesses. Maybe.
I mean, I will definitely guess what I think each of these are.
Oh, I will too. Whoever wins gets
standard.
Our
standard, you know.
You know.
Everybody knows.
If you know, you know.
Dave Portnoy rules.
One bite. Just one. If you win by more than 2 bites. All right. Let me see. I got a little bit left.
I'm not ready to. How about this? Why don't we go through? We're going to cut some of this out because it'll be for Patreon. We'll go through. You and I will talk about this a little bit more just between the two of us. Try to figure out what our favorites are. Rank them. We'll come back out and have our rankings. But on the other end of it, we'll also reveal what we think each glass is, too.
All right.
So we'll be right back. And we're back. All right.
Yes, I got it.
What's your number one?
Number one is the second one.
Glass B?
B.
Same here, man.
That vanilla,
love Glass B.
The fact that both of us are on the same page with that vanilla, and we both knew, like when I started talking about peeling back the aluminum foil, your eyes lit up. I saw it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah. Dude, taking that just Pillsbury Doughboy vanilla icing, the little tub, y'all know what it is. It's got the little plastic lid. Pull back that aluminum topper, and you just get that whiff of that, and you get your little dip, a little dip of it.
So I'll talk about,
and the fact that this is a double oak thing, and this is the vanilla double oak,
right? Excuse me. I'll talk about my number one versus my number two. My number two was Glass A.
Okay.
I was between these two kind of right up until the very end, and the reason was Glass A, like we said, was very much like the standard for what we imagine.
This is what you start with.
Exactly.
This is what everybody should be and try to be better than.
And I think Glass B does that, but more refined.
Okay.
Right? It does all that layering of the original oak. It does all that layering of, the expressiveness of like fresh bourbon. Not fresh bourbon. Not the,
The brand?
Not the brand.
Oh.
Whereas A still feels like there's some rough edges to be smoothed out.
Okay.
Like it's the first shot.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
And B really, really refined that process.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, my guess here. Is that B is Pursuit United.
Okay.
I also think that A is the Woodford Double Oaked.
Okay. So go ahead and finish your ranking.
Okay.
So you said
D is my number 3.
Okay.
I think that is the 2XO.
Okay.
And I think C is my number 4. I think that's the Jim Beam.
Okay. We're pretty close. So I went B as my number 1, which you did.
Yeah.
I actually went with number 4, D, as my number 2. I was leaning toward A, but I think the uniqueness...
I could have swapped them.
I think
honestly,
the uniqueness, like zucchini, like that also is not something that I would normally think of as double oak.
Mm-hmm.
Zucchini, green, kind of dusty.
It is
fresh.
its own animal, man.
Yeah. So I'm B, D, A, C.
Yeah. So I am B, A,
We flipped
D,
our
C.
middles.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. But I think pretty unanimously, and it that C was the last place, but it's not that C was bad. It just was, again, very one note up front. And everything seemed to be present on the finish. I like that C. If this is the Jim Beam,
I think it is.
I think it is too. I like it for the fact that it presents like a tamer version of a double oaking process at such a low price point.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's what? 86 proof.
Yeah.
I don't think the proof is doing any favors for this here.
No.
If it were at least 90.
At least. Can we get a Jim Beam Black Double O?
Oh,
Can you imagine? Come on, Jim Beam.
come on.
Come on,
Jim Beam,
my guess is
bring us a beam.
we both think A is the Woodford.
Okay.
We both think B is the Pursuit. We both think C is the Jim Beam. And we both think D is 2XO.
Oh, okay.
No, we
You were about to, the way that you were saying that was like there was a curveball in there, and like D wasn't actually the 2XO, and like
did I? No, I was gonna say did I pick you again? No, you had
2 weeks in a row.
You had already like I could tell what you were going by, and I agree with the guesses. So our favorites are just flipped. So you ready to find out?
Let's find out.
All right. Let's see if we were right.
Big if true.
We're fucking good.
Ah, look at us. 100%. Oh.
There you go.
Look at us. That gum.
A, Woodford Reserve. B, Pursuit United. C, Jim Beam. D, 2XO. D for Dixon, baby. I wonder if April really thought of that.
I wouldn't put it past her. But why wouldn't she have done B for Beam?
Well,
You know,
honestly, I don't know.
does she know that Dixon?
Well,
makes
it's on the
2XO?
label, but there's no way. Listen, well, the only Dixon and April are good friends, but it's all because of the Beaumont Inn. Because he took her on a tour of the Beaumont Inn. They were talking about history, and I start history. I'm like, what? He's like, this window is this window is that. So like, but I don't know if she actually even looked. She may have not even looked at the label and saw Dixon on
Probably
there.
not.
And she's not, and she doesn't.
I mean, we could go down the rabbit hole and go, oh, it's B, Pursuit, Bourbon Pursuit.
And there's also a good chance that she was like, Addison, will you pour these up and do this?
Completely fair.
It could have been Addison too.
And Addison also was like, well, April was not looking. Was like,
may have been. She's. So anyway.
there you
were
go.
right.
This is we're gonna move into not really.
I mean, like, come on, guys. Like, y'all got access to these. These could easily have been flipped. Like, I was going back and forth. Like,
I mean, for me, Pursuit is easily the winner.
I think the proof with these two is what.
I think so too.
See, we didn't have one of the other ones on there, but we wanted to keep the shelf, the normal like releases going. Anyway,
but Pursuit was an easy winner for me. It made complete sense that the Beam was going to be the last place. I just think that the Woodford is so classic in and of itself.
Putting the Woodford up there with those other products though, and I had not had the Woodford in a while. Did we have it together? Is that why we had it?
I reviewed it on a solo outing.
Oh, okay. So I may have not had it.
When you were in Disney with April back in.
It's a good reminder. It's a good reminder of like the classic of the classic Double Oak product. Like what you think of like Granddaddy Double Oak to me.
Speaking of Double Oaks.
Now you pull this out.
Now I pull the seal box out. I think that was the other thing that kind of like... Now, if we had put this in, though... So this is the seal box 10-year Double Oak.
Now that our original idea was to put one of the bigger ones in there, I was like... Nah, this wouldn't have... It would have been an impossible challenge for the other ones to... This is the ballin' on a budget Double Oak.
No, this is balling without a budget.
No, I'm saying the fly.
Oh, the other, yeah.
This is on a budget.
This was my birthday bottle, like splurge.
I know this. You can't even get this shit.
I wonder if they still have any left.
It's like what, $100, $200?
$150.
I was close. Well, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted the...
Oh yeah, this is the one with that cork that I...
Cork sucks on it.
Yeah, you hear that? Seal box.
They're fine.
Bourbon. Give me a little pour of that.
You want Man, it is so good, though.
Having one right now?
Yes, no? I am. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I did a little Perry's Punch with some of that, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was phenomenal. I was trying to see if there was still some available, and it doesn't look like it.
Either way.
So, anyway.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Speaking of birthdays.
We got a little special...
Somebody sent us a gift, apparently.
Sorry, Minnie.
Not many.
We got a box to the P.O. box.
Mm-hmm. Where they send it to?
If you want to send us, I guess, birthday presents.
You can send us birthday presents all year.
All year long.
All year long.
P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky, 40522 is where you can send them to. Just like Jared Quant did.
Oh, Jared. The regular dad. The old regular dad.
I've been on that podcast.
You have? Check out the regular dad podcast.
He's
all right.
He's very regular.
Very regular.
He sent us a card.
It's a big card. It's
and a very heavy box. Feel how heavy this box is.
Lord. Well, where's my knife at?
I got mine.
Okay, mine's over there. So we open the card first. That's usually the... Happy birthday.
Happy birthday month, boys. Can't wait to see what Big Ass August brings us this year. Love, Jared.
Does it stop? It says
forever.
Fuck it. I'm going to have to rip this thing into pieces. Does it stop?
I don't know.
Do I got to like pull?
Probably. Okay. You got to be kidding me. Okay, audio listeners, love you to death. There was a pull tab that we just pulled out, and it's not stopped.
Is this for...
It's still playing. Are we going to have to...
Does it stop?
Okay, stop. Oh, it's a glitter bomb. How are we going to stop it without the glitter coming out?
All right.
Okay, so Eric just crunched it up, and there was glitter that started to come out. Okay. What do we do? You're going to get glitter everywhere.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Is there a wire? This is insane.
Yeah,
it stopped.
I pulled the cord and I put it in a box. Yeah, it was going to explode everywhere because we were going to open it up and then the glitter was going to go all over.
That's nuts. Well done.
No.
What a great end to Big Ass.
I don't want to open the box.
I do. He said it was a care package. So he originally addressed it to you, to the P.O. box.
Yeah.
But the P.O. box isn't under your name. So they
still wouldn't put it in there?
They rejected it.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Stupid Jared.
Again, audio listeners, love you to death. Eric's very nervous about the...
Dude, I don't want stuff all over me.
I mean, I understand. It sounds like there's rice floating around in here.
Great.
He put one of his old phones that fell in the toilet in there. He put it in rice.
He described it as a care package.
Oh.
Yo.
What?
Oh. It's nerds.
Nerds, okay.
There's a bunch of samples.
There's...
Is it a blind flight?
It can be. He wrote... It looks like... Is there stuff on the back of the... Yeah, it's a blind flight.
Look at you, man.
Look at that. Got me a...
Oh, he wrote you a letter, too.
Super Saiyan Goku. Eric, I know you've had a tough stretch here with the podcast surface. And everyone's shitting on you, asking for Swan back. I don't want to read this anymore.
All right, I will.
You want this, Goku?
You take it. It was for you.
Yeah, but after reading this, there's glitter on my hand. Go ahead. This is pretty badass, though. Super Saiyan Goku. Thank you, Jared. Hate you, Jared. Love you, Jared. Hate you, Jared.
So have this and know that not everyone hates you. And I personally have only known the mutant era of Timbip and can't imagine it any other way. When you're down, just look at Goku and ask yourself, what would Goku do? And then do that.
He would punch his son.
You've got two, so you've got options.
No, I do not.
Well, so does Goku, actually.
I do not support. Yeah, I do not support that. But if you watch Dragon Ball Z, he literally beats up his sons in an effort to make them stronger.
Yeah. And here are the cookies. I want your pick for perfect pairing.
Biscoff.
I'm thinking something younger and sweeter, but let's see what you come up with. And of course, enjoy these samples. I'm sure you'll enjoy them.
Aww.
Jared.
And some nerds. Okay.
All right. Well,
I think we
the
know.
card was something.
I think we know what Samply Irresistible will be
Samply
next
Irresistible might be the whole episode next week. I don't know.
We'll see.
That's 4 hefty samples.
4 hefty samples, all blind. Me and Perry will do those. And you'll probably see a Biscoff cookie on 69 soon. So
69 with Whiskey Mutant. It's not just him like putting up his, private tapes.
I thought I would do something special for Jared.
He has been begging you for boudoir photos.
Yeah, so a 69, an actual 69.
That sounded like a joke. I'm telling you, it's not.
Even on graphing paper and stuff,
yeah, well,
this guy's a nerd.
Wasn't he
He's a nerd.
architect or something?
He's a regular nerd.
Do you have any high proof hot takes this week?
No.
I don't really either.
No. I think we aired our grievances on pregame chats this week. I do have a tips and bits, though.
I think I aired my grievances on last week's high proof hot takes, too.
You went off.
I did.
I struggled with the reel I posted for that episode because I liked what I had, but also I honestly wanted to just have 1 minute of your yelling. And I actually may make another reel.
Okay. I think we could make multiples.
I struggled.
No.
I just wanted to see you yell for 1 minute.
I'm going to pour more of this because that song's going to be stuck in my head.
Happy birthday, suck my wiener.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the paper boy. Bring me some good news.
Bring me some good news.
Tips and bits for my birthday. Well, it wasn't on my birthday because I had to work on my birthday. But a couple of days before, me and April had a date. We went and watched Alien Romulus.
Please don't spoil anything for me.
Nope. When have I ever spoiled?
I know, I'm kidding.
I will never spoil
You know
anything.
how special of a movie the original Alien is to me.
I know.
Like, it is a top 5 movie of all time.
I will say, you will not be disappointed.
Okay.
I will say, I highly recommend it. I will say, don't listen to people who are like, it's too much like the original. The original was made 40 years ago.
It's been that long.
It's okay for it to be kind of like the original because the original is badass and this movie's badass.
Cool.
The ending,
it looks so good.
The ending is a little wonky. It's a little weird. But all in all, so good. So good. Highly recommend Alien Romulus.
I guess I kind of have it's not really a high proof hot take, but it's more of a tip. It's less of
the tip.
Less of a bit.
Just the tip.
I guess.
Okay.
So, election years suck. I'll be very honest.
I'm the least political person
I know
ever.
But election years can be very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. It can make you feel like things are very hopeless, and you can feel very insular in your life, and like things are not going to get better, especially for things that you might care about, even on a larger scale. Okay. So I have decided that once a month, once a paycheck,
Okay.
I am going to forego
Taxes.
Yeah, I'm going to become a criminal. All the rich people are doing it. Why can't I?
True.
It's pretty sick, dude. Oh, he joined the boys, too.
There he is.
I'm going to forego buying whatever I would, taking whatever I would amount to, being a bottle of bourbon during that week.
Okay.
And just putting it towards something good. Charity-wise. Whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to help people.
That's awesome.
Because I, for one, have enough bourbon.
I don't. Bottles.
I don't need to keep buying bottles. I'm probably going to outlive most of the bottles. No, that's not the way I wanted to say that. The bottles are probably going to outlive me.
I mean, you could outlive bottles.
I could, maybe. Yeah.
Just finish them all.
Finish
them all off in one night and you'd be like, all right, who's up? Let's see if I did this.
Am I gonna? I don't live through the next day. Yeah. And every time that I've said, well, I'm I was like, maybe I'll stop in a store. I was like, nah, I don't need it.
Yeah. I think that's great.
So once a month, if you feel like things are hopeless, don't buy a bottle of bourbon. Put it towards something that you care about instead. Helping families that are in need. And I know that sending money can feel kind of vapid. I know that it can feel kind of like you're just writing a check, which, I mean, in some ways it kind of can. But if you're doing your research with organizations that you know have a positive outcome and actually do help people, that's completely valid, you know? And there are organizations like that out in the world. So
I like that.
So, you know, I very often too come in to record with you. I'm like, I got this week. If you notice, I didn't do that because this week I was like,
that's fine.
There's a family that, you know, for $40.
I used to feel, I mean, 100% honest. I used to feel like every paycheck I would like budget out like my bourbon fund. Mm-hmm. And I haven't done that. I put that, I've not, I will be transparent and say I've not done like a charity or something, but I put it towards something else. I've paid something off, or I've put just some extra money in savings or something like that. Like, I just don't feel like I have to go out and buy something new all the time, because we are at a point. We're all, probably most of the people listening are at a point to where you can look around and be like, I'm pretty good right now.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back either. I'm using what I did as an example of how, if you are feeling down about the world and the state of things, there are ways for you to make an impact on the world at large too, by foregoing some of the opulence that we do live in, which, again, I will say it until I am blue in the face, bourbon is a luxury. And
always one of my favorite quotes.
We don't have to spend money on every paycheck to buy a bottle of bourbon.
It's true.
So it's some kind of weird pledge, I guess, that I've made personally to be like, I want to help people more and more. And maybe it's like getting older too.
Yeah.
And like seeing more of the incredibly horrific state that people live in across the world.
Yeah.
That I am fortunate enough not to live in. And knowing that there are other people who may not be as active or stand up for those people. So I want to be able to do my part where I can. And, you know, it's not a lot, but it is something.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can make a difference, even if it is a little bit at a time. So no TV shows or movies or video games to recommend this week. It's just, you know.
I'm going to be going 100% honest with you now. You made this the most awkward segue into Patreon.
I know. I just realized that too. Yeah.
About 30 seconds ago, I go, how are we going to go into this?
Well, here's the thing. The way that we talk about this now is that Patreon is discretionary entertainment funding.
True.
So if you know, we always say listening, sharing, reviewing, that's a great way to support the show as well. It doesn't have to be monetarily.
Oh.
You know, the way that you know, if you go to Patreon and you are spending $5 a month, that's only because you can.
Yeah.
Right.
You're getting something out of it.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't have to, just by listening, by showing up every week. That's just as appreciated, you know? But if you do want to support the show, if you can support the show, you can head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. But for as little as $5 a month, there is bonus content that you get every single week. There are the pregame chats. There is Pours from the Floor. There's Sampling Irresistible. there is Pop Chicka Wow Wow. There's the uncut version of the podcast that comes out before the main version of the podcast. We do bonus episodes over there. We're wrapping up big ass August. Porky Pigs.
Big ass August.
You can join our Discord over there as well too. Anybody who is on the Patreon, not just at the $5 tier, anybody who is on the Patreon that pays for the Patreon is on the Discord. But yeah. Sorry to talk about giving to people in need and then going like, give us money.
I get it. Like that's your tip.
I wasn't trying to be like.
It's honestly,
man, that
the
really
most Timbip thing ever.
Yeah, it felt very vapid, didn't it?
Anyway, hey, if you want to send us an email, you can send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you want to grab some merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. Perry's got all the designs up there. If you want to follow us on all social media, you can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. You can follow Perry at PRitter1792. You can follow the show as a whole at My Bourbon Pod. We also put this, if you're listening, up on YouTube. All the episodes are video versioned on YouTube. We already talked about the P.O. Box we have. It always helps to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the stuff, all the normal stuff, but that's it. That's an episode. That's Big Ass August.
That's the end of Big Ass August, y'all.
We've
Thank
had
you so
Big
much
Ass
for...
August, moistier, wettier. We've had Dumb Ass August. We've had assier and assier and classier.
Big Bass August.
Big Bass.
Oh, we never did do that, did we?
Oh, we need,
we gotta do something.
Till next year, it's been our birthdays.
This has been a fun birthday month. I'll be honest with you. I've enjoyed it, but thank you all so much as always for supporting the show. Eric's stealing my birthday. Oh, by the way, so I forgot to say this up top. So I ordered your birthday present like 3 weeks ago, right? It took them a week to like process the order. And then it sat in their shipping warehouse for like another week before it finally shipped out. And then it took like another week to get from New York to Kentucky.
New York.
And it won't
New York City.
New York City. And it's not going to get here until tomorrow. So sorry, it's going to be a super late birthday present.
Where's Minnie?
But no, not again, man. No. I love this cat. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to throw my cat on you this week.
I appreciate it. But she's going to throw herself. Hey, Minnie. Hey, bud.
We'll see you next week.
See you then. Until next time, though, I'm Perry.
I'm Minnie. I'm Whiskey Mutant Eric.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast.